Every legend has a beginning. This is History Uncovered.
We're venturing into the very real, very brutal world of the army ants. This is a superorganism, a single consciousness spread across millions of bodies, a relentless force of nature that has marched across continents for years. And as we'll discover, their wars might hold a mirror to our own deepest, darkest instinct. Army ants, known scientifically as the subfamily Dorellinae, are a testament to evolution's raw power. Their entire existence is a cycle of movement and conquest. For 2 to 3 weeks, they enter what's called the statory phase. Then, the cycle shifts. Once the eggs hatch and the new larvae emerge, the nomadic phase begins. The bivouac dissolves, and the entire colony, up to 20 million individuals in some species, pours out into the world. They march not in a simple line, but a robust, sweeping front, a living carpet of destruction that can be over 100 meters wide. They see a perfectly coordinated system, a marvel of decentralized intelligence. There is no general, no commander shouting orders. Instead, communication happens through a complex language of chemical trails or pheromones. Each ant is a simple node in a massive network, following basic rules that, when combined, create this terrifyingly complex and intelligent swarm behavior. It is a prime example of what we call stigmergia mechanism of indirect coordination, where the trace left by an action in the environment stimulates the performance of a subsequent action. It's elegant, it's logical, it's science. But is that all it is? Is it possible we're only seeing the surface of a much deeper reality? This is where we step beyond the textbook. Let's consider this superorganism not just as a collection of insects, but as a single entity, a unified consciousness. If a single ant is a neuron, then the entire colony is a brain, a vast, mobile brain blanketing the jungle floor. What does such a consciousness perceive? Does it experience hunger, fear, or ambition? When millions of bodies move as one, driven by a single purpose, Are they merely following chemical signals? Or are they responding to a collective will, an intelligence so alien we can barely comprehend it? Ancient cultures often saw ants as symbols of diligence and community, but there are darker interpretations. In some esoteric traditions, insect hives are viewed as manifestations of a purely instinctual, pre-individual consciousness, a consciousness without ego, without compassion, driven only by the primal directives to consume and expand. The army ant colony, in this light, becomes something more than an animal. It becomes a terrestrial archetype, a physical representation of a non-human intelligence, an intelligence that operates on principles entirely foreign to our own. It doesn't build monuments. It doesn't create art. It consumes, it replicates, and it is life stripped down to its most fundamental, ruthless algorithm. Think about the structure of their raids. The swarm doesn't just wander aimlessly. It forms columns, flanking maneuvers, and complex logistical chains to transport food back to the main body. These patterns look eerily similar to military tactics developed by humans over thousands of years. Is this mere convergent evolution? The universe arriving at the same efficient solutions for different problems? Or is there a deeper pattern at play? A kind of universal blueprint for conflict? A cosmic war game that both humans and ants are unknowingly participating in? Perhaps the strategies of Sun Tzu are not a human invention, but a human discovery of principles that are woven into the fabric of life itself, from the microscopic to the galactic. Let's delve into an even more speculative realm. What if the army ant colony isn't just a biological machine, but a psychic one? Could the army ant colony be generating a powerful morphic field, a psychic field of collective intent so strong that it literally bends the behavior of individual ants to its will? This could explain their flawless coordination without a central command. It would be a consciousness that exists in the space between things, a ghost in the biological machine. This is a documented phenomenon where a group of army ants gets separated from the main foraging party and loses the pheromone trail. So, where does this leave us? We have the scientific facts, the nomadic cycles, the chemical communication, the swarm intelligence. It describes the how, but completely ignores the why, or even the what. We see the army ant as other, as a mindless swarm. But are we so different? We are increasingly connected through technology, swept up in social media trends, political movements, and consumer crazes that behave remarkably like swarms. We follow invisible trails of information, our behavior shaped by algorithms we don't understand. Are we, in our own way, becoming a superorganism? And if we are we building a conscious, compassionate, global brain? Or are we creating our own kind of ant-mill, marching in a circle, driven by a mindless collective impulse towards a destination we can't even see? The war of the ants may not just be a spectacle of the natural world. It might be a glimpse into the fundamental nature of conflict, consciousness, and life itself. It forces us to ask what it means to be an individual and what it means to be part of a whole. The next time you stand on the edge of a forest, listen closely. You might just hear the marching of an ancient army, and in its rhythm, you might just hear a reflection of our own future. What do you think? Are army ants just biological robots? Or is there a deeper, more mysterious intelligence at work? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If this journey into the unknown intrigued you, please like this video, share it with someone who enjoys questioning reality. Thanks for watching.